I'm back up and running. Maybe you've seen the video prior to this one, and that was arch root. It's always important to remember you have always the possibility to arch root. That's an application that's on your system, and it's the way to fix a broken computer. So watch number 1600. We're gonna make a Carli update, and I did do some things already. Let's have a look. So ArcoLinux ISO.com. What is Carli? Carli is customized Arch Linux ISO. Okay, it means you built an ISO from scratch. And this is the binge watching you should or could do, right? This is how we build everything up, every step of the way. And now we're at Carli 8. Where can we find this information? If we click here, I believe, if I did not forget it, underneath any of the articles there is a link, and yeah, sure, I did forget it in this one. So what we do is we go to the GitHub ArcoLinux ISO, right? GitHub ArcoLinux ISO, and I've already created Carli 8. So just sign in, create a new repo, and the repo is just empty for this for now, right? But it's there already. I copy pasted it because in our vacation time, right? This is the date. With ArcoLinux always takes a break in July, August. It's important for you to know. And then we have some downtimes and quality time with friends and family. And we've chosen now also to give bi-monthly. So every other month we have a release. So September, November, January. That's the way we're gonna do it this year. This is our 4th year of ArcoLinux. We're gonna start. And this is gonna be the video about Carli 8. All right. I did a git clone already, and the git clone says it's empty. What you get a .git that's empty, and inside a very important file is the config, which is going to point to the correct URL. That's where it goes wrong. If you do, if you change something there, then don't do it, right? Go and check the config. So nothing is in here. We start always with the previous version, Carli 7. Carli 7 is not that big. How big is it to make, how much kilobyte do we need? Not megabyte even. Kilobyte do we need? 615 kilobytes to make an ISO of 2 or 3 gigabyte. Okay, that's all we need. So what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna press Ctrl-Shift-1, then it looks like this, Ctrl-Shift-2, then it looks like this. So from time to time I use the type or the date modifier or the size or the name. But Ctrl-Shift-1 is Ctrl-A, Ctrl-C. I'm gonna copy paste everything over to Carli 8. All right. That's the first thing we do. We start with a copy paste, right? And we have a nice logo, as you can see. That's just a screen. Neofetch, right? Neofetch, who thinks I'm on Arch, and basically, guys, we're on Arch, right? 90% of our system is Arch Linux, 5% is ArcoLinux, and 5% is AUR. And who cares if it's this logo or the other? It's just a great operating system. What I'm gonna do is push everything to the internet. All right. Still need to do this here, git config pull rebase merge, that's the default. So let's do that first. Let's type this in, git config pull.rebase false. So again, there you go. So copy paste from 7 to 8 basically. Now let me go and type in my password on the other screen. All right, that's pushed. Let's have a look. Carli 8. So copy paste from 7 to 8. 29 seconds ago. And the text should be changed. Let's read the text. Start building your own Carli version with sudo build sh. You need to have archiso installed. Since this is the SSD of Carli, it will have the archiso, and that there is the problem. There is a problem. There's always a problem. Why? Linux, Windows, Mac, everything changes. Every day, week, month, there are updates. And in the vacation time, we've seen 2 updates of archiso. Let's investigate. ArchLinux, archiso. You can read some wiki things. So I started years ago reading all this. So you should too. But it's not enough to actually understand what's going on. You need more. Then we have the archiso file itself. And here the source file. So this is the package that's going to create the ISO. And we have to figure out several stuff because there's new things. A few changes maybe, source files, let's see. One of the 2, package built 20 days ago, right? We've updated from there to there. Let's see if this is better. Much better. So this gives you an overview of what changed. So here we started going up, having a new update here, and another one, and July 30. So June 30, July 30, May 31, May 15. It seems, well, they haven't done a lot. You see, they jump, a lot of months are being skipped. But lately, June, July, they have created new things. And if you're wondering what is this all about, this thing that you download here, the magnet link here, or the ArchLinux ISO, this ArchLinux ISO is built from this package, from archiso. So our build scripts and the build scripts from the guys need to be, well, looked at. So this is what you get when you install archiso. It's going to be a make archiso, run archiso, and it's going to have a baseline template, and a releng template. And it's the releng one that we're interested in. Okay, so basically, first things first, always update your system, right? Now I've done that already. And I've also done an upall. So I'm up to date. Fine. ArchIso on my system is the very last thing there is. So let me think. User share ArchIso. Where are you? So I've made a copy. Maybe a good thing to have a look at. So the new one, the official one, of course, is ArchIso, and this is one I made a copy. So I just made a copy at some point in time. And you see things change, right? A lot of things changed in 1st of June 2020. This is my copy of June the 1st, it seems. I see May, I see June. So I'm probably gonna be June 2020. And this is, oh, is it? Yeah, it's true. So the left side is a new one and the right side is a copy. So major changes, right? Major changes. Now, if you want to build your own ISO, there are 2 things that always need to be tracked. That's ArchIso. And if you can make an ISO, you need to be able to put it on an SSD, on a system. And that's Calamares. So these 2 guys need to be, well, updated, followed. I mean, these are the essential packages. If Firefox is not working, or something else, some of the packages you like on the system is per accident at that point in time a little buggy or something like that, that's not your problem, right? That's the developers of that particular application. But without ArchIso, without Calamares, you don't have an operating system. That's worse. So what we're gonna do is we need to compare whatever is in here. This one, Control C, desktop, Control V. I'm gonna put it here just to have an easy access to the files. This is my place, Eric desktop. I have permission, right? No problem. And later on, click delete, it's gone again. What we want to know is this Erlang that's here, which actually contains these files. Let's put you here. And we have our Carli. Let's see, number 8. Now you see probably the resemblance already, right? This guy, other guy, the same files, more or less. These guys we've made in the prior versions. You want to install Cinnamon, it's this one, Deeping that one, GNOME that one, Mate that one, Plasma that one, XFCE standard. We've always said, let's make a Plasma guy. So this is never going to be a visit. You need to change the names. It needs to be that name. It's only going to read this file. That's Plasma. Okay. Well, there is a great application, and that's called Melt. You can launch it from here, Melt, or install it, sudo pacman-s melt. And we need to compare directories, not files. We need to compare Erlang, and we need to compare Carli. And we're gonna compare. Now, the thing is, what I haven't said, I think already, but I was thinking of saying it a few seconds before, is that in Carli, we want to follow 100% the archiso. In ArcoLinux, we choose the pieces of the Lego box, which is called ArcoLinux. We choose that one, this one, that one. We just don't blindly take everything over. So in Carli, we try to, we'll see how far it goes, but we try to keep really everything the same. Which means I need to do some things here. You see here resolve.conf. That's probably, let's really follow from top to bottom. It's going to be easier. So this is inside, in here, etc. There is this guy. So that guy, there is this guy. So it seems to be the same, but appearances can be deceptive. So properties, link target to this one. Properties, link target to this one. It could have changed target, and it could have been the same name, right? But I don't see anything that's different. Correct? So that's okay. It's not a broken link. We have, both of us have the same link. So I can say this yellow one is okay. Now this one is new. So Carli 8. Carli 8 is ours. This is the one from archiso. We need to import this guy, which is just this sentence, all these sentences here, going for a boot from VM Linux. And so it happens, this was the topic in the video I made this morning, 1600. I was too impatient, shut down my computer with hard reboot, and the VM Linux kernel was not there. Typical error, but you can always fix it with arch-shroot. So I did, and I made a video. So this guy, right mouse click, copy to the right. Boom, we have no difference. Now this is something we've created. We want to boot up with SDDM as our display manager, and ArcoLinux doesn't have it, right? ArcoLinux is a black screen. Code, type. What else? SSH seems to be new for daemon configuration. They define information in here. Totally new. Did not exist prior to, well, July, right? Right mouse click, copy to the right. We have now SSH capability with all these settings. This is from us to become sudo, to have sudo writes, so let it in. What did change here? Some texts, okay, text is okay, doesn't matter really, right? Doesn't implicate, doesn't change anything, it's just blah blah, as we say. Save. Same here probably. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these changes, these blah blah things. Fine. So in this case, we really want to follow the same things. Why is that also? Because when you do a view refresh, you don't see the blah blah things. The differences are gone now. And you better follow all these texts that do not matter. But in the overview, here on meld, you don't see them because this is the same. And now we do see them, right? Now we do see journal and login. But the things that are the same, exactly the same, we don't see them anymore. And we just focus to the things that changed. What else? 20 internet. Okay, fine. Just some text. Done. Done. This one. Text. Done. 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 And that's what the thing you always have to do again and again and again and again. After each archiso update, you can have a look what changed. This seems to be the same, but never assume things are the same. So, we should go to system D, to system, to multi-user target ones, okay, to this guy, right. So system D to system to multi-user target one, this guy. Right mouse click, properties, it's pointing to this one, properties, it's pointing to the same thing. Okay, checked. So that's the orange one. We don't have to copy paste anything over because it's exactly the same thing. Text, agreed. I agree to the text. Text, nothing changes. Server. So what did I change? They changed from the latest 70 to H1. Okay, fine. Let's follow the new one. And we have read-only paths that's out of here. So this is my Carli, right? And we want to follow as much the new one. So this needs to be deleted. And then the files are identical. Okay, save. Wait for the interface, some text. Choose mirror service. Oh, why is it here? It's exactly the same thing. Choose mirror service, it's blue. Files are identical, that's strange. Let's do a refresh. We have here default targets. And we have here GNU. Okay, some text. But what is this? Default target is not available. And we have here a default target in Carli 8. Let's delete it. Exactly the same, right? So these are our stuff. The rest is still the same. FS tab is not included anymore. What did it contain? Nothing. FS tab delete. Host name is probably the difference, right? So some text. This is not important that this text is there because there will be always a difference. I'm not going to call myself archiso, I'm going to call it Carli, right? So that's your name of your distribution. This difference will be always there. The file will always be blue. Locali.conf, right? We have makeinitcpu.conf. This was changed. So compression is XZ, which is okay. And that's the only thing actually that's gonna work. There's some modules and binaries, but there's nothing in here besides that we're gonna use a compression XZ. Unless I've missed something, that's the only thing. Copy to the right, mod D. Okay, guide, access, guides. All right, fine. Let's add you. Password. There's already one guy in there, a root. and shadow for the passwords. Copy to the right. So view, refresh, that's what we've done. Host name will always be blue. So now we're here, automated script sh. They've changed user bin environment. Okay, not that important, I think, but I might be wrong. So that's just textual. I can actually do click here, that's easier. Echo customizer support will be moved. Ooh, that's important. Warning: customize AI, so archiso root file system sh is depreciated. Support for it will be removed in the future archiso version. So I wonder how we'll do this then, but we'll see when that happens, right? We'll see how they do it. All right, good to know. So whatever we put in here, at some point in time, the file will not be used anymore. Install text, okay, that's just information, so indeed, why not just delete it? Install text is gone. And then installation guide. Sure, it's just a link. Let's just put it over. It's not necessary at all. And then choose mirror is some text again. Let's really try to give 100%, right? Okay, so we are here. This is our own extra settings. And then we are here. Yeah, so this one can be the same, right? But this will never be the same. Now let's have a look. I should delete this. Yeah, I should delete this. So ArcoLinux is now Carli Linux, and Finalizing, this is different. So it says EFI. So I should say here Linux, which changes my line. And the difference is here hyphen and an underscore. Okay. And that's it, I think. So there are some name changes. That's important for us to know, because if we're gonna, let's do Ctrl Z. So it used to be underscore, and it is now a hyphen. That's how it's, we should remember it, right? Okay. And here we forgot X. Okay, now it's all right. Ça va. Save. So name changes. We have here Intel U code. Carli should follow the new way of writing things. And here is VM Linux, I think. This guy, Control C, comes in front of all of it. Like this, and Carli Linux installer. Beautiful. Save. Loader conf, some text. ISO Linux, some text. Arch ISO. These things are the easiest things, right? Just get it across. So Carli Linux and ArcoLinux, the only difference. Here we've changed something more, but it's all Carli words, Carli this, Carli that, but here we have to watch out for the hyphen and the underscore. So this guy, that guy, those guys are important. Okay, this is also changed. They've renamed that to VM Linux. Okay, so Carli, All the rest is normal. And I guess this one too. And here we have the underscores, which became hyphens. And off we go. Rechecking, rechecking, rechecking. And don't forget to recheck. Okay, done. Next one, sys. Default arch 64, timeout 30, that's okay. Boot the CarliLinux and so on. Here we go again. Okay, see, looks good, right? Always check again. Scroll a bit up. This one can go here. This is new. Reboot computer. The computer's firmware must be support APM. Okay. And this one says help power of computer firmware. Some text. Splash alt and splash PNG. That's so. These are all the images I use for the booting up for grub. So that's not important. That's unique to us, to Carli. Ah yeah, we can change it to Carli 8. Control save. This are all so nothing is in here to the left, which means this is our thing. We have all these things. And then the packages. What changed? It always changes what they install, what I put on their packages, on their Arch ISO. So this time AMD Ucode is new. Okay. Base and bind tools are new. Fine. Dialog is off again. Okay. Dialog is gone. DNS utils is gone. We do not think we execute, right? We just make sure this is exactly the same. In ArcoLinux, we do think. Okay, Intel Ucode is here. Kitty term, okay, if you like Kitty. And then Linux kernel is here. LSS-CSI click. And that's this one, so that one can go. Links, don't like links, but it's in here. Memtest is in here, and then make init CPO, Arch ISO, and NFS utils, memtest, click, and NBD, click. So it's the choice of the developer to decide where to put it, right? What pieces of the puzzle, what Lego blocks do you want to have? Your choice. Some fonts. Vim minimal seems to be out. It's just Vim now. And these are our options. And ZSH is the last thing they put here. ZSH. And this is ours. We decided to build an ISO for Plasma. It would have all the KDE applications, which is a lot. So you can put a hashtag in front of it and you see what happens. It's a lot less to build. Package kit Qt5 is there for your Discover, Pro Application Discover. SDM, your light DM, so your display manager. Another name, another choice, SDM, bash completion, fun, right? Tap, tap. Partition Manager is a gparted alternative for KDE or Plasma. Calamaris is here. Carli Calamaris configuration. We've installed grub, but I do think grub is up here or not. If it's double, it doesn't matter. It just gets installed twice, right? It's just a second more to install. And then git base development, yay bin. The base development, was that not up here? No, no base development. So we like to have base development there. Yay bin, yeah, fetch. All right. Okay. Now it might be possible that when you install the packages up here, that some of the packages you decide to install are already installed because of dependencies of the other guys. Doesn't matter. Like I said, just gets installed twice. Doesn't matter. All right, a lot of work, a lot of things have changed. This, of course, we keep. I say, okay, let's save this thing. And one file here, which is pacman.conf, change something here, some text here. They've changed some things here, but we're not going to use it. Hashtag in front of it, so we're not using it anyway. Use delta is gone. They've deleted it. Maybe an option that's not in there anymore. We didn't use it anyway. And we have just one Carli repo. Okay, for calamares, for example. Okay, there will always be a difference because of the fact that we have another repo and that's setup. I always do, if I've done all that, I always do a refresh and go over it again. Because, well, we are human, right? We make errors. This is bad news, right? Remember, support will be removed in the future version. We'll figure it out then. Just taking a good look at the two files. The only difference should be Carli, right? Arch and Carli. That's what I'm looking for, Arch and Carli. And all the rest should be the same. Double check here, but okay. If it's no blue, it should be okay, right? One thing we forgot. So you see how I have to check. We forgot our build sh. A lot of things have changed there as well. So packages, we've done that, just the difference. Pacman.conf, we've seen that, just a repo that's different. And our setup. So we end up with probably the most important one. And that's the how to build an ISO, right? That's the build sh. Let's start like that. And let's maybe do this one here then, like this. So the 3 lines or 4 lines are here are the same. Then we clean, first before we build, we clean everything up. That's for Carli stuff. So it's a script we have, clean everything out. Then make sure the root permissions are set here, change ownership, change group permissions. Of course, we don't want to call it ArcoLinux, we want to call it Carli with a date. So everything, this is all good. Verbose, we've chosen to be verbose, so it gives us more information than what it means, more information. Now this thing is new. Script path is a bit longer, but it gives us where is this script running. And then we scroll down. And now we come to a lot of stuff. I'm thinking of cutting the video here in 2 because it's a lot of work. And I want to do it right. So this is the first part, not the part where we compare everything. Let's save this. Everything has been compared, what's inside the new Releng on my desktop, the new Releng version, and what we have in Carli 8. I'm gonna push this already to the internet, and this will be the first video. The next video is the build script, which is the most important one, and it's gonna be technical since there were 2 Arch ISOs updates. All right, see you in a bit.